Hi, it's me, Secret Peter. Welcome to another installment of my Let's Play series of 7 Days to Die. We are currently in Navezgane. I think this is going to be episode 9. We're on episode 9 already. Previously I had an epic fail at Horde Night. So there's a gas station on the map which I haven't been to yet. I've had a brief look around and looted outside, and bought all the stuff back. We've got our forge going. And that's for making some forged iron to repair our tools. We've got iron axe, iron pickaxe, we've got a hunting knife, a shovel, and we've also got our wrench. We've got a few arrows, some stone arrows. So now we're going to head off over to that garage, petrol station, gas station, whichever you want to call it. So I'm going to gather wood and yucca plants on the way as usual, and I think there's a campsite on the way too, so I will see you at the campsite. Okay then, so here we are, small campsite. Very small, no car at this one, but we have got a fire which we can take apart for the lumps of coal. There are some sleeping bags which are always good. Got a backpack with some food and things in it, a cooler that's empty, and these tents, they can give you your cloth as well for your bandages and your splints. That's all good. These stumps, you can cut them down and you'll get wood, which in the desert is always a bit scarce. So that's we're just going to take down this log. Sometimes these tree stumps have things in them, on this occasion it doesn't. Right, so we're going to head off up now to the gas station, collecting feathers, eggs and yucca plants on the way. Alrighty then, so we are at the Ansel Adams River. We're just gonna hop over this bridge here because there's some cars and things to loot up this way. Probably some more zombies too. And some dustbin sacks, which are always good for silly loot like tins and stuff, which you can make into mines. If you've got a wrench, you can take the cars apart, but it's probably not advisable really in Navezgane unless they're these ones up here that I've just walked past, because those ones that are blacked out, they don't have any loot inside, but the ones that have still got their colour and that, they still have loot in, and I think the loot now respawns, so it's probably not a good idea to take the cars away, especially in Navezgane, because there aren't many cars as it is, because they're you know, they're on the roads. So we're just going to take out these crawler here. There's one here, and I think there's another one up there as well. I see him coming past that car. Then we're going to loot the containers, see what we can find, and then we need to head off to the garage, I think, to spend the night. We're going to hide on the roof of the garage, and then head out into the forest in the morning to the working stiffs place. Okay, so almost finished here. Sometimes the corpses have some good loot on them. Those ones had some ammunition on, but we don't have a gun that takes a 10mm bullets, so we'll probably scrap those for the brass. So like I say, we're just going to finish off looting these here. We're going to looting these cars here, and then we're going to head up onto the roof of the garage, or petrol station, gas station, whichever you call it, so that we can wait there until morning, because we won't get home before the zombies start running at 10. So just going to finish off up here, and then we're taking a stroll back now to the gas station. Okay, so here we are then, we're just approaching the gas station. We're gonna find a way to get up onto the roof. Make sure there's no zombies nearby. Pretty sure there was access through a toilet. Sometimes these have ladders on, but this one doesn't, so we're just going to walk around the outside of the building now and see whether there is a way to get a ladder up the top, and there doesn't seem to be. So what we're going to do is go inside. Please excuse my baby in the background there. He's a little 3-month-old and he's a bit colicky, so I'm just sat here doing this narration and bouncing him gently with my foot. So when you get up onto the roofs of these places, if you've got stuff in your inventory to scrap to make more room, do so. And then if you've got some wood, what you need to do is make yourself a wooden frame. Doesn't look like we've got any wood actually, but you need to have something. Oh, we've got a little bit of wood, we might have enough to make a frame. Just gonna scrap everything that I don't need, and then we're gonna make ourselves a wood frame, and it's a good idea to cover up the hole. To cancel these, it'd be a good idea to cover up the hole so that the zombies can't get to you on the ladder. That's the only access is via that ladder, unless, I don't know, I haven't seen any spider zombies, so I don't know whether there are any spider zombies in Alpha 14. If you've seen any, let me know. I've already been up here and I've looted all these containers, so I did that in a previous episode, I believe. So we're gonna eat our food, scrap the rest of the stuff we don't need, and find a place on the roof to hide until morning and be really, really quiet, and hopefully no zombies will come and slaughter me, so I don't end up back at my base and have to do all this walk all over again. So on my game I think it's an 18-hour day, which means that it gets dark at 10 PM, so, and then a light again at 4 AM. So we're just going to find a good place to sort of sit and hide. I think this probably isn't the best idea. Okay then, so my little mini man is finally looks like he's going into a bit of a trance and falling asleep, so I might be able to finish this video before I do his bath in shortly. So we've covered up our hole, we're just crouching down now. This is where we are on the map. Pretty sure, I mean, we've almost opened up all the desert actually. We need to go onto the right hand side of the desert and try and find what's it called, Old Mole or something like that I think it was called, which is the sort of old Wild West kind of town. So the plan is to sit tight until morning. I'm gonna edit the video at this point here, and unless something happens in the night I'm going to come back in the morning and carry on, I think, otherwise it's going to be very boring. Okay then, so we're just coming up to morning now, just approaching 4 AM, so we can get on and head off into the forest, because there's a working stiffs place up there that we want to have a loot of. So here we go, I'm going to take a stroll on through the burnt forest and into the forest and come back when I'm there. Okay then, so just behind this bridge distracted by a bird's nest. Just next to this bridge coming into the horizon is the working stiffs tool place. Just picking up some red flowers and some golden rods. That there is, we've got a crawler in the grass. I thought I could hear something. Just gonna take this guy out. A little bit difficult to kill actually, these crawlers. There we go, that's him down. So these we've got deposits of coal above ground. You can get those with your pickaxe, and you actually get quite a bit. So good idea to get those. You will also find potassium nitrate deposits above ground, but they're not very big. But I have see, I play the game first and then I edit the videos afterwards. So I think currently in my game I'm a lot further ahead. I've now got steel tools and things, and I've got a shotgun, and I went off into Perishton, which is pretty deadly. Wait until you see that video. And I did have a quick fly around and debug, because I was trying to, I couldn't find any potassium nitrate, and there's only a couple of caves on Navezgane, so I couldn't find any potassium nitrate. So I went and had a little fly around in debug mode, and I found a couple of potassium nitrate deposits. But then what I did is I posted on the discussion boards through Steam to ask if anybody had seen any potassium nitrate, and it turns out that there is actually, they've put the ore back underground. So I did spawn in an auger. I got rid of it again, but I spawned in an auger, and I dug down, and I actually, they were right, I did manage to find a load of ore. So yeah, that's always handy. So what I did is I came back up, I filled in the hole, and gonna find another spot to dig down for the potassium nitrate and stuff. So here we are at the working stiffs place. Usually when you first go to an area, a load of zombies will spawn, so the best thing to do would be to take all those out first. I think we've got the enemy spawning on low at the moment, just while I was getting used to Alpha 14. So I put the enemy spawning on low, so there's not many around. But I think later on, when I get on a bit further in the game, I think I decrease the time it takes to find for the loot to spawn. I think at the moment it's like 50 days or something stupid like that, which I thought would be more of a challenge, but I don't know, because I suppose 50 days in game is a long time. So I reduced that to, I think, 20 days or something like that, and then I went and put the zombie spawns up to medium. So I think medium is 100%. So I think the reason I did that is because when I got to night 14 in the game, we didn't actually get a horde, which was kind of disappointing. So I was hoping that by increasing the amount of zombies that spawned on the map, I would actually get myself a 7-night horde, because I've done my base, I've made some mines and things like that further on in the game, and I wanted to see what the horde night was all about, and it didn't happen. So anyway, back to working stiffs. Usually in these shops you'll find these unmarked crates. You hit them with your axe, stone axe, or whichever, and they will then the top cover will come off and you'll be able to loot those. Working stiffs crates obviously have things like they'll have your engine in for your auger and your mini bike and stuff like that. So sometimes they'll have nothing in, but we're alright for time anyway. It's still dawn, so we're going to have a look and see what's about. There's a nail gun in there, which is handy. That you can upgrade blocks and stuff quicker with that. We've got some recipes to learn. I think I've got the loot spawning on 200%, so with recipes and stuff I get 2 of them rather than the 1. And there's only me playing because it's a single player, so I don't need to keep the other one. So what we can do is just scrap it, and then you scrap that and you can make TNT later on with it, and your shotgun shells. which need paper obviously. So we've got one more box here to do. The trash cans sometimes have nice things in. These filing cabinets usually contain things like the trophies, brass and lead trophies. Also got these wall safe here, which sometimes contains good things. So you hit that with your axe, sorry, your pickaxe, and crack that open. They normally have about 2,500 and something health. Durability, so sometimes it takes a little bit longer to get through. The munitions crates though, they don't need breaking at all. You can just get into those, which I haven't found any yet. So we're almost into this safe. There better be something good in it after all this. So it takes so long to get through these safes. Just having a go on my so we've got some gun parts here and a recipe for leather gloves. So if you learn the scavenging and then learn the Quality Joe skill, everything, when you loot stuff you get higher quality stuff. So there we've got an orange pistol part. If you've got the Quality Joe, that would be like green or something like that. So what we're going to do now is we're going to head around to the front of the building, out of the back here, rather than going through the walls, because you're just smashing through the glass. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go in, head in through the glass, and we're going to go and see what else is available to loot. I think there's 3 or 4 containers in here. So just breaking those down now, seeing what we've got inside. So I gave up smoking a couple of weeks ago. Well, actually no, I gave up for 14 months. I had this landlord who I was supposed to where are we going? I had this. Oh, there's a zombie out here. That's what we're doing. Yeah, I had this landlord, and the house that I had was in a bit of disrepair, needed a new kitchen. So the idea was that I'd stop smoking, he'd put the rent up, and then get me a new kitchen. But about a month or so after I gave up smoking, he decided that he was going to evict us. Nice revenge eviction for us. So anyway, I gave up smoking for 14 months, put on like 4 stone, and then I got pregnant, put on some more weight, and then I had my son, who's now 3 months old, little boy who I called Adam. I've also got two more children, one whose birthday was today, he's now 7, and I've got a little girl who's 5. But yeah, so I started smoking again. I think I smoked for about a month, and I just realised I didn't like smoking, but it was the nicotine I wanted. So now I'm on the vape, and I haven't touched a cigarette now for nearly 3 weeks. I think I'm doing rather well. Quite proud of that. So I started hitting this one thinking there was a cover on it, without looking, and it broke and disappeared. So we haven't got that container there that I just did. So I think this is our last box now that we're doing, and we've got some anvils in there. I think we can scrap those because I've got one in the house. The thing we're looking for is the tool and die set and the calipers. The forge is a bit different now. You need these special add-on tools. So you've got an anvil which you can make, and then you've got the tool and die and the calipers which you can which you loot. You find them, and I'm not quite sure where. I think you're more likely to find those in the working stiffs place rather than in general loot. So always a good idea to look in the medicine cabinets. and things, because you can sometimes find antibiotics. Toilets are lootable containers, I think I mentioned that before, but the only thing you'll find in there is turtle murky water. Now the murky water's handy because obviously you can boil that up in your fire using your cooking pot, and that will give you your water, which you can then make into goldenrod tea and all that kind of stuff, and soups and stews and pies and all that kind of thing, which I'll get into later, because we're going to be making ourselves a farm. So we've got the shotgun slug recipe there to learn, schematic. Sometimes these cash registers have casino chips in, which can be made into iron, scrap iron. There we go, there's some there. Chuck out that sand. Iron's more important than sand, as I'm surrounded by sand. So what we're going to do now is head on back to the base, I think. Got a long walk. So we'll take a stroll up here, we'll pick up some goldenrods and chrysanthemums on the way. The chrysanthemums make a new recipe called red tea, which you can use to cool you down in the desert, and it also gives you wellness points. So if we pick up some of those and some goldenrods, we can make some teas when we get back to the base. So what have we got now? We've got about 10 now. Looting the trash bags as we go along. All these white flowers coming up on the left hand side are cotton. You can pick those up and turn them into cloth. Just up here, what have we got here? Oh, this is a Apache church, I think, or is it a house? No, it's the church, which we'll do another time, I think. It's looking very rugged. Didn't look like that in Alpha 13 or 12 or 10 or 11 or 9 or whatever. Got this clump of deposit of coal above ground here, so we're going to gather that. That's always useful to make your gunpowder with, and useful for the fire as well. Somewhere around here there's also the corn farm, which isn't far, which we'll have a look at some other time. So we are almost at the burnt forest now, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the video now and run through and get myself home. Otherwise it'll be a long video again. Right, we see you back at the house. So on the way back to the house, I have been distracted by an airdrop. Here she comes. So I think it's just dropped it behind on the hill, probably where we've just come from, actually, up by the garage. So we're going to go and see whether we can find this crate, because I haven't yet to find a supply crate and actually get inside it, because they seem to sort of despawn as I went along. I don't know whether that was, I think we're on Alpha 14.1 or 2 at the moment, I think, with this video, and they must have fixed it or something, because I'm pretty sure that when I chased the airdrops in the earlier episodes, I obviously cut that bit out because it was boring. I couldn't actually find the airdrops, but here we are. If you have a look, there's a plume of orange smoke coming out of it, which kind of shows you where it is, and it's actually landing quite close. It's touched down on the ground there, so you may actually be able to get this one. So running out of stamina. Haven't got any. Have I got any coffee? I don't think I've got any coffee on me to drink. So just over this hill should be our airdrop. No idea what they contain, they used to contain really cool stuff like building materials. I remember when I first started playing in sort of Alpha 8, there was my partner who I play with, we actually found loads, and I remember him making a base under Spillway Lake when, you know, when we weren't we never used to drown, we weren't affected by water back in that version. So what we used to do was we used to build a base in Spillway Lake, which was quite cool because you could hear the zombies splashing across the water as they came towards the base. So yeah, and I remember going to bed and waking up, turning the game on, and finding that he'd actually kitted out the base. Because he'd found a load of wood frames and things in the airdrops, which were really cool. So what have we got here? Got some gun parts, got some recipes, and a couple of bullets. What's that? Is that a sniper rifle? I don't know. It's a low level one, so we may end up scrapping it. Or is it a sniper rifle part? No, it's actually a rifle, I think. But at the moment, I think we need the we can't make any bullets. I think we need the iron more, so I'll probably end up scrapping it. So I'm just trying to make room in the inventory now. I'm going to scrap that, and yeah, I'm going to head back now to base and put our loot away. So yeah. See you at the base. Okay, so we are now back at base. I've put some teas on to cook, and now I'm just in the forge, and I'm taking out some iron because I'm going to upgrade some of these wooden blocks and make them iron, scrap iron instead. So yeah, just doing that real quickly. So you can upgrade these blocks from wood. I remember if you remember when we started, the entire building was broken, and I actually fixed it up with wood and stuff. So the next tier is scrap, and then we've got concrete, reinforced concrete, and then finally steel. So we have alerted a horde with our noise. So we're going to try and attempt to take those out, loot their bodies and things. Hopefully not die in the process. Jesus Christ. Yeah, loot their bodies in the process. You don't really want a horde wandering around when it's night, especially when they start running. The spiked axe and the spiked bat, is really actually quite good for hitting things with, especially the dogs. I mean, if you've got a dog running towards you and you hit it a couple of times with your spiked bat, it goes down quicker than it does with a gun, or with your well, we don't have any guns at the moment, but with a crossbow. So yeah, we are getting low on health now. Because they keep hitting me. These fat guys are a real pain in the arse. So I'm infected, I'm stunned, and I've got 23 health. So just gonna try and Jesus, 5 health. Oh god, I'm dead, and now they're eating me. Okay, so we respawned, and we're going to go back out now and get our bag, which is around here somewhere. So we're just going to get our bag now, get the things out of that I need, all my stuff, and quickly get my bat out and finish off these zombies here. Then I'm going to head back inside, put my stuff away, and end the video, I think. Call it a day for this episode, and see you all next time, I suppose. I'm fairly new to doing these videos, so trying to, I don't know, I tend not to do the recordings live, because, I don't know, I think walking miles and miles and miles and miles and miles and miles and loads of gameplay of walking for miles. It's kind of a bit boring, so I just kind of cut it to the important bits. So we've cleared out that horde. Yeah, so we've cleared out that horde. So we're gonna go in here now and finish upgrading the iron blocks that I was doing before I was so rudely interrupted by that horde of zombies. So here we are. Just whoa, what happened there? Okay, so I've upgraded the block and it's turned sideways, and I don't know whether I can break it down and start again. No, because it's got over 1,000 health. That's probably not a good idea. Probably best to leave it as it is. Okay, so that kind of annoys me a bit. Right. The baby's having a little bit of a whinge. So it's time for me. On that note, I'm going to end the video here. I want to say thanks again for watching. If you like the video, subscribe to the channel, like my Facebook page, and follow on Twitter. Share the videos with your friends. If you'd like to play the game with me, please send me a message and let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching.